When I was at school, there were several options you could have if you wanted to go on to carry on being educated. There were polytechnics, there were universities, and there were art schools. And to go to art school, you had to do a foundation course, and then pass your foundation course and do your degree course. I didn't do quite so well after my foundation. I spent 3 years being a schoolkeeper, a screen printer, and a placement artist, but I did eventually go to art school. Increasingly, universities have become the models for education, and they're obviously fantastic places. I'm sure that most of you have been to university. We are in a university, you work with universities, but they are different from art schools, and they're different from polytechnics. Someone once said to me that a university is like a hotel. You come along and you check in and you check out. An art school is like a home. You come and you stay. And I really did find myself at home at art school. And I've taught ever since. I've taught at art school, art college, and I now teach at a university. Art school was more fun. And I think the university model has changed what we do as an art school. And we've lost something. And although there are great things about it, there are very positive things about it, there are some things we've lost. And when we used to go to exam halls as art schools, we would sit in a room at a big table, and you would go through sheets of paper with student names and their records and their work, and you'd discuss them. And now it's a huger process. The university is much, much bigger. We sit in a lecture theatre, full of academics with a PowerPoint presentation which goes on with all these transcripts of students going on. We're there for hours watching them until you get to your bit. And at the time I was working on a project with Jack Zeitz, the American folklorist, and we were working on Kurt Schwitter's fairy stories. Kurt Schwitter's very famously did a sound poem called Ursinate. And I was watching the transcripts go past, and it got to the School of Design. And all the courses have special codes. So graphic design, my course, it was GRA-UB. And as this transcript was going past, that's the only bit that's static, is that phrase. Then it got to illustration, ILL-UB. Fashion, FAS-UB. I remember thinking there were fantastic words, and I wrote them down in the lecture theatre, thinking if this was Kurt Schwitter's in the room, this would be a poem. This would be something Kurt Schwitter's could sing. And the first iteration of the Song for an Art School was a piece of vinyl text on the wall with these phrases. It just said a song for an art school, and it went along the wall. People thought it was odd, people didn't get it. The academics, the admin staff thought it was funny because they recognised the codes. It then became an artist book called A Song for an Art School with the codes in it, and then I was invited by Victoria Bean and Chris McCabe down to the Whitechapel for the launch of the new concrete, and I got to perform the piece for the first time as a live sound poem. On the back of that, through some very convoluted loops, Stephen invited me to Munich, and I got to perform the piece, the Song for an Art School, in the Lyric Cabinet in Munich, which is the most amazing place. So for your pleasure, delectation, I would like to present a song for an art school. Od, uba! Faz, uba! Gra, ub! Anni, uba! Con, Iska, uba, klumma, ub, up, illa, uba, purda, uba. I thank you.